Welcome to Show Me Something Wrong,
where each episode one of us chooses a movie to watch that the other hasn't seen. The movie is often obscure, usually odd, and always wrong.
I'm Dave.
I'm Guy. Today I've chosen the movie The Infernal Rapist. You kind of have to say it like that, don't you?
That's a horrible title.
It is. It's got the original title. The Mexican title is...
Oh, have you got to do an Italian?
Oh.
It's Italian. Have you got to do a Spanish word again?
Can you speak any Spanish?
No.
How's your fake Spanish accent?
I don't want to do it. Is that racist? It's okay to do. It's alright to do Italian accents, and that's fine. No one gets annoyed by that.
Well, it's all in the hands, isn't it?
Yeah. But Spanish, I don't know, it feels a bit offensive.
It is, alright. The Spanish title, sorry, I should say the Mexican title. Did they differentiate? Yeah. Is it'll start with Violator? Is it Violator? Violator. The Violator.
Spell it out for us.
No. Violator Infernal.
Violator Inferno.
Yeah.
Bloody
Violator's Inferno.
Inferno.
The Infernal Violator, in Spanish.
Okay.
And it is all the way back from 1988. Did you know that?
Well, it was kind of... I mean, we can get into it more when we start talking about it, but, like, I felt that it did not feel like it was from 88. I thought it felt a lot older.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Like, the whole time I was like, Jesus, this is, like, feels very, like, early 80s, but... Yeah, but there are a few things that remind you it's the late 80s as we get into it. Yeah.
So yeah, this is a Mexican film, a horror film. I don't know what you call it, but
I've got no idea how to define this film.
When I first mentioned the title to you, Dave, you immediately asked, "Is it a Cat 3 film?" Which probably is. It has that ring. The Infernal Rapist sounds like a Cat 3 film.
Absolutely. And actually, when I finished watching it, I just sent you a message. I think that just said Mexican Cat 3 film.
Yeah.
Because it is like a Cat 3 film.
Totally. It just oozes Cat 3 goodness.
It's nuts.
So to get started, so we are watching a Mexican Cat 3 film from 1988. Did you do any research into the film or the cast before or after watching it?
A little tiny bit, not too much though. I looked up the director. He seems like he's made quite a lot of stuff. And the main actor, I guess, is quite well known, right?
Yeah.
In Mexico. Yeah.
So,
but I didn't read up much about it, but can you tell us some
yeah. So the main guy, Noe Murayama.
Wait.
Yeah.
Is he Japanese?
He's half Japanese.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
So Noe Murayama, he was born in Mexico. He is got Mexican mum, Japanese father, and he has acted in over 150 films, multiple stage plays, the whole lot. But he was, I think, brought up in Mexico City, and he went to dentist school. He was aspiring to be a dentist.
Yeah.
To please his father,
right?
Is his backstory.
Yeah.
If you look up any biography on the guy, it's like, oh, Mexican actor of Japanese descent wanted to be a dentist to please his father, and ended up being like this crazy cult Mexican actor in all these insane B movies.
Yeah.
The Infernal Rapist being one of them. But you look at his IMDb and the list, the titles of the films he's in are incredible. Nice. I noted down a couple. So there's one which is The Whip Against Satan.
Great.
Penthouse of Death. Dr. Satan versus Black Magic, which I've seen some bits of.
That sounds really good.
So fucking good.
Nice.
He's vampire, turns into full vampire, bat flies around, but it's rubber bat on a fishing rod kind of thing. It's so good. And then there's La Loba, which is a Mexican werewolf movie. So he's done all these amazing, real low budget Mexican trashy horror erotic films, and is kind of this cult actor who wanted to be a dentist.
Right. Well, to please his father.
To please his father.
I actually the research I did in the film, I paused the film pretty early on into it, and I wrote this note of there's so many moments where people say how handsome he is, like the lead actor, and he's not. Like, he looks like, I mean, he's not, not to, like, you know, make fun of how he looks, but he just looks like someone's uncle, right?
Sure.
He's like a very, you know, normal looking kind of, you know, guy, but everyone's like, oh, he's so handsome.
Yeah.
Such a handsome guy. And I wrote the note, is this directed by the lead actor? Because there were so many comments about how good looking he is. But no, he didn't direct the film.
No, but I think, like, back in the day, this film is fairly later on in his career. And back in the day, he was a pretty handsome guy.
I can imagine that.
If you look at his, like, on his Google, he's, like, there in his sombrero. He's, like, rocking this beard. And he's got, like, this really kind of, like, intense face. So I think back in the day, he was a good looking guy. Yeah. And now he's just a kind of like...
he's not like... he's not ugly or anything, but he's just like... Just a normal...
He's very average.
Middle-aged man.
Yeah.
And like people are like, man, your haircut is fantastic. Like, just constantly talking about how he looks. He's like, yeah, I know. And he's very proud of his appearance in this film.
I didn't actually pick up on that. Yeah, there's lots of comments about how handsome he is in the film. So, let's get into it. So, opening credits. Opening credits, because the score in the opening credits, there's like the most intense keyboard action in there. It's like Transylvanian keyboards, which I think I can only describe as dungeon synth. And they're in a Mexican prison. It starts with a man. Apparently, his name is Cat.
That's right. He says, "My enemies call me the Cat."
That's right.
You can call me Carlos, though. His friends call him Carlos, but his enemies call him the Cat.
That's it. He's in the prison. He's getting read his last rites. And we don't know what he's done, why he's there, but he's on his way to the electric chair.
Did you notice as well the priest is, like, kind of delighted that he's going to die? Did you notice that? There's, like, lots of side eyes where he's kind of basically smirking about this guy's death. Pretty funny.
I did not. So they lead him to the electric chair, and it's so dark and dingy. But I don't think it was like, it's not like forced. It's not supposed to look like that. I just think they had a really shitty location, and it's like it
looks very cheap.
Yeah, they lead him to a room, dark room, no windows, with just like a single chair. And then that's it. It just gets in, and they electrocute him straight off the bat. Yeah. And there's nothing. There's no kind of like prelude to it apart from the last rites that he was read, and then, without us, the audience, really knowing anything about him, he's dead. Yeah. And everyone just gets up and leaves him in the chair.
Right. I didn't even question that he's just sort of, like, they kill him and they're like, all right, job done.
That's it, let's get out of here. And they all just go. And that's it. We're just like, the fuck? What are we doing from here? And then the electric drums kick in. And who comes in but Satan herself?
Yeah. I wrote down low budget Lady Satan. Question mark.
Oh, it's great. And Satan is fucking great in this film.
I think this is the first time we see the eye lasers as well, right? There's a lot of eye lasers in this, which is basically a close-up shot of an actor's face with their eyes, but it's like a frozen shot. Yeah. And then just some zapping sort of animated lasers. It's great.
It's not even animated, it's just lines.
Yeah, sorry, I shouldn't say animated. Yeah,
making it sound too good.
It just pops up, yeah.
So Satan comes in, but it's not just like Satan, it's like this middle-aged, slightly... Well, to the older end of a middle-aged lady in like a sequined glittery dress.
Yeah.
And it's all like very kind of 80s pop aesthetic.
It kind of made me... Yeah, I feel like the aesthetic of this is like exploitation film mixed with late 80s soap opera. Is kind of the vibe. And that Lady Satan character really encapsulates that.
So good, because like she looks so glamorous. And I don't know if whenever this is completely off topic, but when you were in school, did you have like music lessons and you had to do things on the keyboard?
Yeah.
And there was always the drum setting. And you'd be like, and it sounds like they've made a song from this little like Casio keyboard. It's like these crazy like tom fills. And Satan's there talking to him. And she brings him back to life under certain conditions.
Yeah. I wrote down this line because so shocking.
You go ahead.
Yeah, she's like, all right, you can come back. And yeah, one of the things that she wants him to do is to, and this is a quote from the film, rape every man and woman in your path. And what else is he? He also has to carve.
Oh, so it's
666 on his victims. Is that right?
Yeah. So it's he has to forsake his religion, offer sacrifices and pleasure to Satan, rape every man and woman in his path, and mark them with 666.
Yeah. I feel that he doesn't live up to the everyone in the path. Like, when she said that, I'm like, whoa, okay, this is... He's not going to be able to get too far. But, yeah, that line is so shocking.
It's great, it's great. And then he's just like, okay, laser eyes, here we go. Cut to the next morning, he's back.
Straight into it. I love the lack of explanation. It's like, yeah, he's just back. And, just living this, like, coke snorting lifestyle, having the time of his life.
That's it. But there's such little explanation, and there's so little in terms of kind of, like, settings as well. We don't know where we are, or who we're talking with. He's just in random rooms with random people.
Is that his house?
We don't know why he's dead.
Yeah. What did he do? Yeah.
And then he's just like, so the following scene, he's just in bed as if nothing happens, does a bit of coke, and then I think... Sorry, I'm going to say my second favourite line. And I think it was about this point where I remembered when we did your first one. What was the first film that we did on this?
Mad Foxes.
Which had the ridiculous dub. And I thought this film would be so good if it had an English dub.
A terrible dub, yeah.
So he walks out, he's high on life, and coke. Yeah. And he walks out, it's a beautiful day, and a woman walks past. And he and she walks past and he goes... So I can't even fucking say it. He goes, "Good morning, miss. For Satan's son." Like, there's that pause. It just for Satan's son, like, for no fucking reason. And then the dungeon synth kicks back in. He's like, wow.
That was also... When he sees that woman, I was like, oh, no, here we go. Because
she's going to get it.
Because everyone in his path... She's literally walking on a path in front of him. Yeah. But thankfully, he doesn't.
Satan forgave him for that one, yeah.
She's like, maybe I wasn't being literal. not everyone. Yeah. That'd be impossible.
And then, again, like, without any sort of, like, context, we have no idea what the fuck is going on.
This is baffling, this cut.
He's in an apartment with a very flamboyant gay man.
Yeah, and it's kind of weird because I was like, oh, okay, like, they are gonna live up to this man and woman thing, right? But it's only this guy. It's the only male character that he attacks.
So bizarre this scene, but it's probably one of the best scenes in the film.
It's pretty intense. It's full on. It seems like before he starts, like, doing horrible things to this guy, it seems like quite a nice morning. They're just chilling out.
It's like having an afternoon tea.
Doing a bit of heroin. This film is very, like, it feels very preachy, doesn't it? But it also kind of has, it's not really cohesive enough to have, like, a point that it's making, but the whole time it's like, oh, drugs, like, every scene. Heroin, coke, hash, drugs, drugs.
And homosexuality, very bad.
And promiscuous sex and all that sort of thing. Wanky massage parlors, but we'll get to that later.
Oh, yeah. So, we don't know how they ended up in this gay man's apartment, but it seems like they're gonna have sex. But in order for Cat, our main man, to be able to have sex with a gay man, his conditions is that he must have the same pleasures, enjoy the same things in life as he does. And in this case, it's heroin. And the gay man's like, oh, I don't know. And Cat's like, no. And he kind of, essentially, he forces heroin upon the guy. He's like, you'll like it, it's fine. And the gay guy's, we don't know his name, so I'm going to call it the gay guy. Yeah. He suffers real bad.
Yes, he's just instantly like, I don't like this. This is horrible.
Have you ever had that where you just, like, instantly don't like the drug that
Oh,
you're taking. It's the worst. It is the worst feeling.
I've had that exact experience. It was very relatable watching that scene.
Yeah.
This is why I would never do heroin, because I feel like I would be that guy.
Yeah.
Straight away.
Yeah.
I don't like this.
It's like you get into it, you're just like, oh, no, not for me. No, here we go, here we go.
Let's make it stop, guys.
Time. So he just starts freaking out. He's like, I'm dying. I'm cold. I'm cold. And the cat just goes, shut up, faggot, or I'll smash your fucking face in.
It's
like right
intense.
off the bat. And then you're just like, oh, shit. It gets pretty serious real quick.
There's a lot in this film that's like, whoa. Like the kind of homophobia of this film is pretty gross.
It's so intense. You're like, holy shit.
It's very uncomfortable. Yeah, that stuff. And that's the first instance of it, right? Yeah.
So he's like, I'll smash your fucking face, and they start to fight, but then the game man, he's like, but you said you were gonna fuck me. So he throws him down, stabs him multiple times. He pulls out a knife, starts stabbing him.
Yeah, it's vicious. Like I wrote down this note of just unbelievably grim, which is all the murders in this are very grim.
Yeah,
they're real fucked, and this one really sets that up. Yeah, it's horrible.
Some are worse than others, but I think this was the most like baffling.
I think like the fact that you've just gone from like, you know, we've seen like a silly scene of that ridiculous Satan character with laser eyes, and now we're suddenly seeing him stabbing a guy really brutally. And then raping him as he's dying, basically.
Yeah,
it's horrible.
Exactly. So that's it. So he stabbed him multiple times, and then he starts bumming him. And the gay dude, he's not dead yet.
Yeah, it's
and
awful.
he's like blood's pouring out his mouth, but the camera is like fixated on his face.
Yeah.
So there's just this guy staring at the camera whilst the motion of him getting bummed from behind.
Yeah, it's pretty fucked up.
And then there's like a really long cum face shot of Cat who's just like,
that is something I want to talk about a bit later as well when we
his
get
cum
into
face.
some more. No, seriously, I wrote a lot of things down about his cum face. But like that was pretty fucked. And then after he's like carving 666 into the guy's butt. And it's just so lurid. Like the way it's like just lingers on this guy's butt as he's carving it. It's quite a good effect as well. Like it does look like he's actually just carving into his butt.
Yeah.
What a horrible scene.
And that's the first one, the first person in Kat's path, And so Kat leaves the apartment and bumps into the that gay man's boyfriend on the way down the stairs, who then finds the dead body, which we come back to later.
Yeah.
Do you want to take the next scene?
If you want. He after that again, like the way this is cut together, it's so like fragmented, right? It's really, it doesn't have much of a flow. It's like
just scene after scene.
I've killed this dude. I'm gonna go to a massage parlor now. So he heads into a massage place. Like a lot of workers in this place. I don't know how they're paying the bills with that many people they have to pay. But all these women come out and they're like, oh, we're the best massage place in the whole of Mexico. Like, you know, this place is great. And he's like, oh, why is it so good? And they're like, oh, well, because we offer the full service.
That's it.
So instantly we know it's a pretty dirty massage place.
Shop, yeah.
So he goes to get a massage from a lady, goes into the room, and I really enjoyed the decor of this room. Did you notice that?
Up on that, no.
So he goes into this massage room, and clearly this place is like just for wanking off dudes, right? And so he's in a room that he's going to get the massage and the full service, and on the wall it's just photos of hunks, of just like shirtless hunks, so all over the wall, just all these photos of lovely hunks.
No, I did not notice that.
And then so the woman's talking to him about the news of the of the of him surviving or like disappearing from the electric chair. And she ends up asking him what his name is. He's like, oh, yeah, my friends call me Carlos, and my enemies call me the Cat. And she's like, oh, yeah, you've got the same nickname. as the guy that died. And the same name. Oh, that's kind of weird. And then he's like, oh, what does he say? He's like, are you hoping that I'm that guy? Yeah. And she says the most messed up line where she's like, oh yeah, well, I hope that you're the rapist. Like, what? What are you talking about?
Yeah.
Insane. Completely insane. At that point, do they start, getting into it? Or we go back to
the gay man's apartment.
Yeah, okay. I'm excited to talk about this. Yeah, do you want to take this one?
It's awful. And it's so unnecessary. We're in the back to the gay man's apartment, and the first thing I found kind of funny because we got the chalk outline, starting from the floor, getting bent over the sofa.
It's horrible.
And the cops are interrogating the gay man. He found the body, so he is a suspect. But the cops hate him so much.
Yeah, they're like extremely homophobic. Yeah.
So much unnecessary hate towards this gay man.
Yeah.
And they call him like a lady and stuff.
Yeah. I think even at the end, one of them's like, oh, he's already guilty because he's gay or something like that.
So he's a faggot that makes him guilty enough.
Oh, God. That's awful.
There's that scene, they're like, did you see anyone come out of the building? And he's like, oh yeah, I saw one, and they'll describe him, and he's like, oh well, he was quite handsome, and the cop just goes, you motherfucker, and he just goes to like choke him out. He just hates him for being gay.
Yeah. This is what I was looking forward to talking about this scene, not because of the horrible homophobia, but the cop who is investigating this case, the main detective, is fucking hilarious. My favorite part of the film by far. So the main cop who's investigating this is so highly strung.
Yeah.
But in a way that's like, it's not like he's dealing with death and murder. It just feels like he's like, oh, for fuck's sake. He's so annoying.
Yeah.
There's one point later on where he like sees a dead body. He's like, and like rolls his eyes. It's great. Yeah. He's fucking ridiculous, that character. It's so funny.
He kind of reminded me of the cop from Blood Diner.
Yeah, it does have that kind of vibe.
So intense and just shouting things all the time, but like the things he says are so ridiculous.
He's way over the top. Yeah.
So, but then that's when they're like, oh, could it be the work of the cat? But no, he's dead. Yeah. It can be. But could it?
Yeah.
And then we cut back to the massage part.
This part was pretty funny. So yeah, he's just basically, it's like a full-blown shag at this point.
Yeah.
She's like strips off and stuff. Isn't Satan watching as it's happening as well?
Does he pop up?
I think the lady Satan pops up and is just like watching, checking it out.
Oh yeah, and now Satan's in red, in like a
That's
red,
right, yeah, different outfit. Yeah.
Satan's got some great clothes.
Man, there's a bit in this sex scene talking about cum faces before. So the masseuse is going down on the cat. Right. And he leans back, and it's just the most outrageous blowjob face. It reminded me. Do you know that scene in Ghostbusters where Dan Aykroyd gets a ghost blowjob, which is so inappropriate for that for a movie that's basically for kids. Yeah. But yeah, he goes like cross-eyed. It's like that level of kind of ridiculous, like overreaction as he's getting blown. It's amazing. Yeah.
Yeah, that was a very long, like, sex scene. It kind of, like, killed the mood a little bit. Like, it
goes for a while, and I'm like, okay, well, obviously he's gonna murder her at this point, but then he doesn't.
He doesn't. Instead, he takes her for a drive. And on the way, he starts talking about the supreme being, Satan. Whilst fingering her.
Yeah, I was going to say, it's a bit of finger banging in this scene.
Yeah, and he's like, you can meet her if you like, or, I'll show you Satan.
Isn't he like, you can be my bride, my, like, satanic bride?
So...
He really likes her.
It's a weird kind of change of pace. So at this point, he's only killed one person. But he's been told specifically to kill everyone, rape everyone in his path. And he's on person number 2. And he, despite only having met her like an hour ago, he has fallen for her.
Well, I guess that he really liked that blowjob.
So he's fingering in the car. He starts cooking up some heroin on the dashboard, and then there's that jump cut where it's just like,
Yes.
and he's in the backseat.
Good. Yeah. That was hilarious. Like, it just does it. Like, this ridiculous jump cut.
Yeah.
Does it do a sound as well, or is it just like, I can't remember. But that cracked me up so much. It was so funny. And then she's like, oh, where did you come from? And he's like, it must be the drugs. Don't worry about it.
So he's saying this heroin will see the devil. And they start fucking in the back seat, and like Satan approaches out of the forest, which is, I think, the best like entrance ever, because it kind of, it comes across as like a Celine Dion music video. Because Satan's there, like spread arms, and she's got like a velvet tassels coming out from her arms as she's walking through the forest, like backlit with the drums playing. It looks absolutely ridiculous. And it's like, why the fuck is Satan even there? Like, she kind of just like pops up and then leaves again without really doing anything. But she basically just says to him again, you know, give me sacrifices and I'll give you anything you want.
Yeah.
But he likes her, so he doesn't want to kill her. So he says if he can just cut her, carve the 666 into her body, she won't have to die. So he takes out the knife, and she does a runner.
Nude run through the woods.
Nude run through the woods. So she's completely butt naked, darts out the car, and just bolts into the forest. Satan's being Celine Dion somewhere nearby, and Kat just starts doing a bit of heroin or coke and starts smoking. He has a bit of a chill out session on his own.
And he's like, who cares?
Yeah.
She's on her way.
And then in the end, he starts chasing her and chases her down, and she lands on a mound of dirt where he then begins to rape her. And he's very upset about this. And he's, I liked you very much, but you didn't accept the mark. Despite only having met her today. Like, I don't know why he likes her so
she's
much.
Like, dude, chill out. We just met. This is my job, you know. I work at a wank salon.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah, right?
Why is he so obsessed?
He's obsessed.
Yeah.
But he's like, I lied to you. You didn't accept the mark of Satan. Now you must die. And he starts stabbing her, raping her a little bit more. But at this time, we don't actually see him do the carving, which is a shame. It's just like a long, grim rape on a mound of dirt. It's very unpleasant.
We assume that he does the... Did they show it, the carving, eventually?
They don't show it, but
he must have.
He must have.
Yeah.
Because that's Satan.
He would have lost his powers if he didn't do that.
His laser eyes. Yeah. And then at this point, like, two random dudes show up and search his car.
Yeah.
And we, again, have no idea who these people are.
I had to rewind this scene because I watched it. I was very tired watching this last night. And, like, at that scene, I kind of zoned out. And then I'm like, wait, hang on. Who are these guys?
Yeah.
And then I rewound. I'm like, still don't know who they are. They're just two random thieves, I guess.
I don't know. I thought maybe they're cops.
Right. But
like,
they seize drugs and they're like, oh, nice. There's some drugs here. Right?
Yeah.
They get kind of excited about that. Yeah.
And so they find the drugs and they're like, let's look for him in the woods. And that's where we get the first glimpse of Satan's power.
Yeah, the Carrie-esque kind of power.
So good. So these two guys, who we don't know who the hell are, find Kat and just start shooting at him. And he's standing there laughing. Bullets have no effect on him. Yeah. And then in come the laser eyes, which, like you said before, is just a still frame of his eyes. And then these, like, just lines.
Yeah. And they're going straight down as well, which is very funny.
It's like slightly at a diagonal kind of line. It's like, beep, kind of laser eyes that pop out. And then this one guy just spontaneously combusts.
Oh, that's right.
He just bursts into flame.
Yeah.
And then he looks at the other guy again, laser eyes, and he's on like a wire. He flies up into the air and just gets impaled.
What's he impaled on?
I don't even know.
Something. Something in the forest.
Like a spine bamboo or something. I don't fucking know. But that was so out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Like, I thought it was going to be a very like straight kind of just like a rape exploitation film up until this point. But when the guy just started flying and got impaled and like flames started shooting out, I think that was when it became more than just like this like erotic exploitation kind of trash film. And that's kind of like at that point I got a bit more interested in it. That softcore sex scene with the massage parlor girl, it dragged on quite a lot, and I was a bit like, oh,
Well, though that said, though the next scene drags on a lot as well.
Oh, what's the next scene?
So he gets a manicure.
Oh yeah, that's it. He's back. He's back in the salon.
I love that. He goes back to the salon and they're like, "Oh yeah, she's the girl you saw last time. She's not here." He's like, "Oh well, whatever. I'll just get a manicure." And there's a very long scene of him just getting a manicure.
Yeah,
that goes for quite a while. And he at this point so he's getting his manicure. He like goes on a date with another customer. Is that right? She's not someone that works there. Right? So he's sort of making eyes with someone else.
There's loads of weird like zooms.
Yeah. It was a little bit baffling, that scene. But yeah, so there's a lady there who's also getting a manicure. Yeah, I guess. Oh, I should say as well, in that manicure scene is where they make the comments about how great his hair is.
That's right, yeah. And he's so well groomed.
Yeah. I really enjoyed that. Yeah, so he takes out this customer that he met at the massage parlor out on a date. And I was honestly quite confused about their date. He takes her to... I guess like some kind of drive-in restaurant, like American style.
Yeah,
what do you call that kind of
a drive-in? I guess
drive-in
cinema.
Yeah. But was it a cinema?
We don't know.
Yeah, it feels like they're like in like a weird car park of a restaurant.
Yeah,
and but a waiter's like coming up to the door, and this lady doesn't seem too keen on this. She seems a bit like not into him, not as. She's not as blown away by his good looks as everyone else.
Sure.
But everyone around them in these other cars are just like shagging intensely.
Like you just see the people in the next car, like in the windows in the background, there's like asses like bumping up and down.
Yeah.
He's like, "Wow, you took me to this place, huh?"
Yeah. It's pretty weird. Yeah. I don't know what was going on here.
Yeah, so we don't know, are they seeing a movie or are they in a restaurant? But basically they were in a car and some guys brought them. They have table service.
Yeah, I couldn't make out what the food was.
I don't know.
It looked pretty unappetizing though.
It's interesting though. I like they kind of had this like
the tray
that they like clipped onto the window.
I also was like, oh, that's cool. Yeah. We don't have that in Australia.
No, we don't have drive-ins in England really.
Yeah,
either,
same. I don't think. I mean, in Australia, there's like one drive-in cinema.
Really?
In the whole of Australia. No, that's not true. No, like where I lived, there was like one drive-in cinema, but it was kind of like just a sort of novelty sort of thing.
Yeah.
But in America, I probably sound like such an idiot saying this, but
such a fucking idiot.
Such a fucking idiot.
Come on, Dave.
Don't they have like restaurants or like fast food places where people come out on rollerblades and bring food to you? I think that's a thing, right?
I think that is a thing.
I'm not hallucinating that.
No, I mean, I've never been to America.
I kind of assumed it was that, whatever you call whatever that is.
Whatever that is. Roller disco.
Yeah. Roller restaurant stuff.
I think there is. I would hate to work in one of them. Can you imagine?
Fucking awful.
Having to bring out food whilst you're on wheels?
Yeah, and probably just like people shagging in cars. If this movie's anything to go by, which I assume it's very accurate.
Do they shag with the rollerblades on?
Wait, they're the waiters. They're not doing the shagging.
Well, who knows? Who knows what happens down in America?
Did you notice as well the cat, or Carlos, whatever we want to call it, he was very keen for the waiter to get involved in the shagging. No. He made at least 2 or 3 comments where he'd be like, "Oh, you want the waiter to get involved, don't you?" And she's like, "No, not really. I guess the waiter wants to get involved, huh?" It's like, "Nah, mate, it's all right. We're not gonna have a threesome."
Everyone in the path.
Yeah, it's like two birds, one stone kind of situation.
So they hopped into the back seat, smoked some weed, and then he just proceeds to rape her, like straight off the bat. Like there's not really any kind of like in between time. Smoked some weed, he forced himself upon her, and then there's an extremely aggressive and violent stabbing where he just repeatedly stabs her in the cunt.
I was. It's like not shown in graphic detail, but it's like pretty clear what's going on.
She stabs her and she kind of like jumps out, like lurches forward like repeatedly as he.
But scenes like that are what make this film so baffling, because like everything else in this is so. I don't really. It just feels like very soap opera-y, very like inoffensive, and then you just have like these fucked scenes like that. Yeah, it's a really weird experience.
It is. But that seems kind of like that scene is over fairly quick. I mean, and that was when we found the pattern. So it's literally just like scene after scene of him picking up girls, usually from the salon, raping them, killing them, carving them, disposing of the bodies. Yeah, and that happens again and again, scene after scene, without any explanation of who is who, what's what, or where we are.
That's what makes that first scene with the guy so it makes it stand out so much because. He does seem to focus his attention on women after that. Yeah. And also, like, in that first scene, he's, like, in that guy's house. We don't... Well, I assume, anyway. Yeah. Like, yeah, it is, right? Because it's, like, the partner shared apartment. Back, So you, like, feel like he has somehow infiltrated this guy's life, but we don't see any kind of build-up to it. Yeah. But then all the other scenes are just like, pick someone up. Yeah, rape them, murder them. And it's quite weird. It makes that first scene stand out a lot more. Yeah.
It's weird that was the only one. He never comes back to any guys after that.
No.
It's only salon girls, the massage parlor girls. So he disposes of the body, writes a letter for the cops on the body before he dumps it, which we find out later says, a present from Satan's son.
Right.
So he's Satan's son. Yeah. He's often referred to as Satan's best boy or something. That's it. Is Satan's best boy.
The detective was fucking furious when they find the body of this woman. He is pissed off, but as we were saying before, just in this way where it feels like if you like forgot your keys, you'd be like, oh, fucking hell. Like, it's like that level.
Yeah.
I think at one point, I don't know if it's this scene, but he tells someone to, like, he's like, you know that gets me pissed off. Where, like, someone comes and tries to explain something to him. He's like, shut the fuck up. You know that... He's, like, so wound up, this guy. Yeah. So stressed out.
He's great.
I love that guy.
And I think that's when they realize the connection, the link, like, with the murders... and the 666. Yeah. So they put out a radio broadcast from there, right? They talk about people who have, like, 666 on them. Or...
Yeah, watch out for... Oh, yeah, we haven't mentioned his weird tattoo.
Oh, he has a weird tattoo, yeah.
Yeah. So, like, every time he takes his shirt off, he's got this kind of blobby, weird tattoo, right?
I can't really see what it was.
Yeah, like, I guess it's, like, a 666 kind of tattoo, but it's such a... The prints of this are so shitty, it's kind of hard to make it out. Yeah. But I guess it's like, it has some kind of relevance as like a satanic kind of tattoo.
I could never tell what it was, but yeah, he has something. So the words kind of gets out that there's a serial killer on the loose who may be connected to Satan, and to be aware of the number. Travel with friends, don't stay alone, like full kind of like radio broadcast.
Yeah.
And then we come to the next victim, which is extremely violent. It's the most shocking one out of the whole bunch.
Totally agree. Like this whole scene it actually feels, this is the most Cat 3 feeling scene. It feels so fucking unpleasantly violent.
Yeah.
And so like it's just so grim.
It's horrible.
And yeah, like I don't know, the attention to like the detail and the violence and stuff, it's really fucked up. Yeah.
So he tries to like pick up a girl coming out from somewhere, and he's trying to be suave as his usual self, and she's not having any of it because she's heard the broadcasts. And he pulls out a knife and he's like, get in the fucking car, takes her back somewhere and like ties her up with the telephone wire. And she is just relentlessly screaming, and he is beating her and stabbing her, and she's literally just covered in blood.
Yeah.
And it is such a long, aggressive scene where he's just repeatedly abusing her, and she is not dying, but just screaming and screaming and screaming. And her acting,
she's
is
really
so good in this scene. Like,
it's really, unbelievable. Like, yeah, she's really good.
For such a kind of clammy and cheesy film, like Satan and Laser Eyes and shit, like there's that one performance of that one girl is so far above everyone else's, where you really feel like I'm watching something I shouldn't be watching.
You're right. Like, she's perhaps, like, the thing that, that's why this scene feels so wrong. Like, even the other scenes are, like, really fucked, obviously. Like, horrible things happen in them, but they're not really shocking. They're not, like, really...
Yeah.
They're so... there's, like, a silliness to them. But this scene, there isn't. No. It's just, like, shocking and vicious.
Yeah.
And I think most of that is, as you say, due to her performance.
Yeah.
And
I think the choice of angles as well, like, they are just, like, fixated on her face. There's this, like, intense close-up shot, and she's just screaming at the camera, like, all bloodied up. It's horrible.
It's also the setting as well, like, it's on that kind of bed, and there's this, like, the white sheets with blood getting all over the place. Yeah, it's really
it had a bit of a Sato vibe, I thought.
Yeah. It's grim. Yeah.
And that's it. Stabbed. That's it. Stabbed. Another 666. This time we see him carve it into a chest, is it? And then back to the salon.
Yeah, that's what I love. You go from this unbelievably fucked scene, he's like, oh, what should I do next? Back to the salon.
Get my nails done again.
Yeah, time to get another manicure.
So they must be running out of girls by now, right?
I love they're like, oh yeah, these, she still hasn't come back. I guess you can see this girl instead. Yeah.
So he takes another girl from the salon, and she brings him back to her place.
This was the scene. So I said before, like, it makes me. I felt like this felt very early 80s for most of it. However, this scene is like, oh, okay, yeah, it's 88.
Right.
So we've got, like, the fireplace. We've got some ridiculous fucking music. Some of the shittest music I've ever heard in my life. And then her hair is just this, like, bulbous, like, frizzy mess. It's, like, the most, like, 88 looking scene of the film.
Yeah.
Very hazy around the edges. Very, looks like there's Vaseline all over the place. All over the lenses.
Yeah. So they're, like, dancing in her living room for whatever reason. And the radio broadcast kicks back in. And watch out for the 666.
If you see any weird tattoos, watch out.
That's it. And at this time, they are ready to get down. He takes off his shirt and reveals his tattoo, and she's like, oh, that's an interesting tattoo.
Yeah.
But she's like, I'm just going to pop out and get some food.
Yeah.
And she tries the door, but she starts to panic, and that's when all hell breaks loose.
Best scene in the film.
And holy shit, this scene. Like, I was not expecting this scene to be this good and this batshit crazy. Yeah,
it's amazing. It's like a full-blown kind of Carrie-esque sort of scene, like stuff flying all over the place. We're like constantly cutting to close-ups of his face with the lasers coming out. That's it. But I love all the weird kind of sort of you'll see like the close-up face with the lasers, but then we'll cut to like a weird kind of wide shot where shit's just like flying all over the place, kind of slow motion. At one point, the woman who's like basically nude at this point as well, she starts like not levitating, but he's like controlling her. So she's flying up in the air and like spinning around.
That's it. I just like, what the fuck is happening? It's just the laser eyes and shit's exploding in the living room and everything, and it's kind of like you said, slow-mo, and it's very like poltergeisty.
Yeah, it's really
things just
wild.
Like flying around, and proper like pyrotechnics in this shitty room.
Yeah.
And I was like, fuck, this place is going to burn down.
Yeah.
And she just starts, like, levitating from whatever, his eye lasers, spinning round, and then he, like, throws her down the stairs.
Which she does twice as well. I love that she goes down a set of stairs then, and then again later, once more, goes down some stairs as well.
It's so intense, and he's just, like, laughing the whole time.
Yeah, he's having the time of his life.
Loving it!
Yeah.
Loving it, Satan's best boy.
He blasts her with fire at one point as well.
So that's it. She comes downstairs, she tries to escape again, he does the laser eyes, and a massive blast of fire comes out the chimney, and like. And it's like a full-on blast of fire. Like, the whole living room fills up with fire. And it's, again, like, holy shit. How did this get approved?
Yeah, it looks very
She
dangerous.
narrowly misses getting burned.
Yeah.
Does a full Marilyn Burns and jumps out of the plain glass window.
Is that when she goes down the second set of stairs? There's like more stairs there. Goes down again. I love after she goes down that second set of stairs, he makes her levitate again. It looks fucking awesome.
Yeah.
Like when she's like flying towards him.
It's kind of a bit like Evil Dead-esque.
Yeah.
You know, like in front of the windows, they're like just that somewhat still moving shot.
It's a really great scene. Genuinely great. Not like just silly great, but like really amazing scene.
So she's gone down that second flight, and he does the laser eyes, levitates her. So she's kind of like floating, and he like brings her back to him. And the whole time he's like, ah ha ha ha.
Yeah.
And she's like crying, all naked and bloody and screaming. Shit's exploding everywhere. And then he brings her down to the floor, kills her.
Classic stab. He's done all
Brings the knife.
He's done all the crazy shit, but he's like, I'll go back to stabbing.
He's got his ways.
Stabbing time.
Does some stabbing. Bit of stabbing.
I love, like, right after he murders her, he just starts, like, drinking champagne.
That's
as well.
it,
He's like, yay! Wee!
Satan's best boy!
Number one boy!
But it's great. When he stabs her as well, there's a lot of kind of digital effects in that shot as well. And when he stabs her, every time the knife impacts her skin, there's that purple filter that flashes up onto the screen. It's like... whoosh. And yeah, like you said, he's having a post-stabbing champagne. And then the cops like show up. You start to hear their siren out of nowhere. There's no there's no fade in. It's just straight up like
Oh shit!
and he's like, fuck, gotta go.
But what's he forgotten to do?
He's forgotten the fucking carving.
He's forgotten the carve 666.
You'll never be a butcher at this rate.
Oh, fucking Satan's gonna be pissed. This is my favorite bit of the whole film. When the detective comes in, and it's such a great shot. Like, it's like a wide shot, really like unceremonious, unremarkable shot. And like the detective walks in, looks down at the body, and he just goes, ugh. Ugh.
He's had enough.
It's so like, it's just so funny.
Yeah.
It's such the wrong reaction.
I know.
To a dead
I wonder
body.
why he chose to play it that way.
It's
and
so
why it was
good.
written
Though.
that way.
It's so good.
Yeah.
It's so bad and so good. I love it.
Just like, more shit to deal with.
Yeah, damn it. Ugh. Bloody dead body. Great.
And he's alright, you go that way, you check the floor, you go there, look for a big car, for fuck's sake. So we follow Kat. He's done a runner and he runs up onto the roof. But he's forgotten the 666 carving.
Yeah.
And Satan isn't happy. So he starts like kind of convulsing, or he gets like jolts of pain through his body.
Yeah.
And he's like, what the fuck? Satan comes along and he's like, you're not my best boy anymore.
Yeah. Not my favorite son anymore. Yeah.
Because he didn't do the carving. So he didn't follow Satan's instructions.
It's the most important part.
Well,
How could
that's
you forget?
it. You're Satan's best boy. So she strips him of his powers, and the police catch up to him, and they shoot him.
There's not much of a warning shot. They're just like, hey, don't move, boom.
That's it. Cat, fuck you. And yeah, multiple shots.
He flies off the building, or a dummy flies off the building.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the classic, like, shitty dummy off a roof
Yeah.
fashion. Yeah, he's done. Lands on the floor, they take him away.
That's it.
That's it.
Not much of... not really... Is the moral of the film, don't forget to carve 666? Because if he had have kept doing that, would have been fine.
Well, that's it. He had all the drugs and the money and the looks, of course.
Yeah. I mean, other than all the raping stuff, it seemed like he had quite the life going
That's it.
for him.
There's so many mixed messages. I think there's like... Well, don't be gay. Seems like a strong one.
That would seem like a strong one. They really treated those characters
that one.
quite badly.
Yeah, that poor guy. You can signing a deal with the devil is fine.
Yeah.
But you have to fulfill all of Satan's wishes.
For sure.
Rape and murder doesn't seem to be off the table.
Yeah, I mean, as long as you follow the rules. I just realized how this film, the last time we watched P.D. Wheatstraw, also another devil film and about breaking deals with the devil. But P.D. Wheatstraw, as fucked as it was, seemed to have a bit of a stronger message.
That's true, yeah.
Perhaps.
That's true.
Not
I'm
really.
not quite sure what this... What was the point? Was this supposed to be like an erotic film? Was it a horror film? Was it just like what the?
Yeah, I don't really know. I don't know what genre this fits into.
Yeah,
but it does the weird way that it kind of pushes the drug stuff. Really feels like it's gonna make some kind of big, point about drugs. But then it kind of forgets the drugs halfway through.
Well, that's it. Like, at first, so the gay man who takes the heroin and freaks out, he immediately has a negative reaction. But after that, everyone else loves drugs.
Yeah, they're like
everyone's like, yeah,
great.
drugs, let's do some more drugs. So, don't know, is this film anti-drugs? Is it pro-drugs?
Yeah.
Is it anti-Satan or what? We don't know what the fuck is going on.
I don't know.
What's the point?
I mean,
It's not even that erotic for an erotic film.
No, it's not.
There's like one...
I mean, unless you enjoy seeing middle-aged men make cum faces, there's not much erotic this year.
There's some female nudity, and like I said, like the scene where the salon girl goes down on him, which is the longest like softcore scene in the film. But even then, you don't really see that much.
Yeah.
And besides some like bloodied up tits, it's not... There's not that much nudity on display.
I guess that's what makes it feel like a Cat 3.
Yeah.
Where it's very tonally bizarre and you sort of, the whole time you're like, what's the point of this? But that said, though, even Cat 3s try a bit harder to be sexy, right?
Yeah.
Whereas this film, it's kind of like, drugs, it's very unsure of itself.
Yeah, it is. It's a mess.
Yeah.
It's a fucking mess. I don't know what I'm supposed to think coming out of this film.
Yeah.
But it is great fucking fun. It is so good.
I knew zero about this film when you mentioned it last time. And I thought it was great. I'm not that familiar with Mexican films, to be honest, but all the kind of exploitation horror stuff I've seen from Mexico, I've really enjoyed.
Oh yeah.
And I don't know how to describe it, but it just has like a tone and a griminess that I really enjoy. And yeah, this one really had it. And it moves mostly pretty quickly, other than a few kind of drawn out manicure scenes, but yeah, it's just such a nuts film. And it gives you that same feeling of a Cat 3, where you're like, this is gross and wrong, shouldn't be watching this. But at the same time, it's kind of fucking stupid as well. Yeah. Which is, why I love Cat 3 films. Sure. But, so yeah, it has that same kind of, it left me with the same feeling as a good Cat 3 film would.
It's an odd one for sure. Yeah, I've not seen anything like this. Out of Mexico. If you go into Hong Kong, China territory, there's a dime a dozen, but yeah.
What's your wrongometer?
Oh man, it's so tough.
Should say as well as per usual, the wrongometer, not how good the film is, how wrong the film is, how fucked it is, or how much it shouldn't exist.
Yeah, I think if we did not have the gay scene and we did not have the last scene, the poltergeist-esque scene, it wouldn't rank too high. Yeah, like as just a standard kind of sexploitation film. But with those scenes added, the fact that men are also on the table, and the fact that he's throwing a woman around with his eye powers and shit's exploding, and Satan is in a sequin dress all the time, coming out of the woods, like I would range it around at like a 7 or an 8, I think.
Yeah, I'm kind of in agreement. I think for me though, it's probably more that really fucked murder in the middle that comes out of nowhere with the actress that we were saying acts really well.
Yeah.
I think having that scene in there, plus the gay guy at the start, and then that contrasted with all those other elements that you mentioned makes it feel really, fucked up in that kind of demented, mismatched tone kind of way of a Cat 3. So, I think I would give it a 7.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Nice. All right, and that's that. The Infernal Rapist. Highly recommended.
Yeah.
Oh, and I gotta say that if I'm definitely gonna check out those other films that he's in. The Whip Against Satan, Penthouse of Death, Dr. Satan vs. Black Magic, and La Loba. I think those are like his horror picks.
Okay.
Well, with English names at least. He's done so many that I'm sure there's more, but I've seen some clips of these films and they look absolutely amazing. So they're going to be next on my list.
Having a look at what the director did, he looked like he had some pretty exciting stuff
in
his filmography as well. So I want to see if I can track down some of his stuff as well.
Nice.
Yeah.
Right. What's on the list next time?
I feel like you might be quite annoyed about what we have to watch.
Fuck's sake, Dave.
So we're going back to Japan.
I fucking hate Japan.
We're going back to a Japanese film next week. It's a Sato film.
Right.
You mentioned Sato before. Hisayasu Sato, most famous for naked blood splatter, of course. But we're not going to watch that. We're going to watch Nay Means Yes, also known as Lady of the Stable.
Lady of the Stables. Nay Means Yes. That is such a good title. So it's a fucking woman horse fucking a woman type job.
So you can join us next time for some horse fucking. Seems like a good spot to end.
All right, let's go.
Follow Show Me Something Wrong on Twitter at SMSW Podcast, please.